Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome. I'm Confi Manalo,
I am Vernon Velasco.
and we are. This is the first edition of Daily Tribune Straight Talk sa taong
This year,
2021 this
this
year.
year,
And how are you, Vernon?
Same old, sir. Hopeful now.
How did you spend your holidays?
So I went back to Batangas for the first time in a long time.
Ang daming ang daming pagbabago ng ang daming tong new normal, 'di ba? For the first time, hindi kami gumamit ng fireworks.
Yeah. Sa Caloocan, ordinance ito.
Oo, kasi bawal eh. Pero kasi tradition 'yan eh. Ever since bata ako, we always have fireworks. To celebrate the New Year. In fact, nung bata pa ako, palang pagputok ng bear, may mga fireworks na eh. So, this year, very subdued yung celebration in terms of
Pero sa amin, loud and clear eh. Loud and crackling pala. Kasi di ba parang, you have all the more reason to use fireworks kasi you are driving away negative spirits. Kasi diba, that's the idea.
Tradition. And then, of course, binawad din nila yung mga large gatherings tulad ng mga reunions, diba? Yun doon ako disappointed eh. Dahil canceled yung namin, traditional, yung annual family reunion, which is sad. Pero we have to follow yung protocol. We have to be safe, diba? Sabi nga nila, hindi baling, wag muna tayo magkita-kita, importante safe tayo.
Yeah. Now, be that as it may, who's our first guest for this year?
Today our guest is joining us from Australia. He's a Filipino New Zealander.
Yeah.
Now he's heading one of the upcoming and medium scale pwede siya hybrid siya, 'di ba? Pero siya digital investment at the same time traditional investment. And they have been successful sa operations nila sa Australia and New Zealand, and now they want to give back sa mga Filipino yung kanilang experience para matulungan yung mga kapwa natin Pilipino na mabigyan ng business opportunity.
Yeah. Now, Sir Rommel Santos.
Mr. Rommel Santos from the founding chairman of the Smart Asset Management. He's joining us from Australia. Good morning, Mr. Rommel Santos.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Comfy. Good morning, Vernon. And good morning sa lahat ng mga online watchers and viewers niya natin dito.
Now, sir, SAM is actually recently expanding into the Philippines. So, what is Smart Asset Management? What are we talking about here, sir?
Well, Smart Asset Managers is in digital and conventional business developments. We are a subscription-based program that is actually a community-based that aims to provide economic opportunity through our conventional business developments.
So when you say providing economic opportunities by giving them information, how does that work?
So what we basically do is we invite people to subscribe in the SAM project development. So the Smart Asset Managers have two leg of products or service. So that product is the digital side, digital developments, and we also have the conventional business developments. So if we're going to talk about the economic opportunity provided to our subscribers, so what we basically do is we invite people to subscribe in our some project developments. So in exchange of their subscription, where there is a subscription fee attached to it, we provide them information to those conventional businesses that we have either acquired, conceptualizing, establishing, operating, or buying as as a whole concept. So all these conventional businesses, we have a step-by-step guide on how we acquired it, how we complied with regulatory compliances by way of registering those businesses, coming up with a marketing plan and everything. And then we also list the possible opportunities where our subscribers can directly engage to those conventional businesses as either an investor or a self self-owned business, or they join the consortium. So in the Smart Asset Managers project development, there is no opportunity there. What we only offer in exchange of the subscription fee paid to us is plainly information. Now, on the other hand, on those conventional businesses, we receive revenues from them, and those revenues gets converted into our SAM points, and that SAM points gets distributed to our community subscribers base. And part of the service on the digital side now, okay, is that those points that were distributed to them, they can either change it directly to fiat, or if there is no service to do that in which country they reside, they can exchange it to a different acceptable or another acceptable crypto or cryptocurrency.
But Rommel, indulge us on this. There is a wealth of literature in the internet that says that SAM is a general business and not basically a fintech solution provider. How do you explain this?
Yes. So you mentioned something, a fintech solution provider. So in the SAM e-wallet and in the SAM project development, we do not offer any investment concept or programs to people. So the SAM e-wallet is only the hub of transaction for all the information, all the transaction, all the data that we have collected from our users, including the conventional businesses established for them, na nandoon lahat, pati yung as a matter of transparency, yung mga business registrations namin, yung aming marketing plans, yung mga regulatory compliances namin, nakalagay siya doon lahat. And to top it up, the SAM Digital e-wallet is or will be utilizing the blockchain technology, which is a proof of authority by way of protocol. And this is our own blockchain technology, which is a hard fork from Ethereum. So even the Banco Central actually have that information of our SAM e-wallet, because I don't know if I've mentioned it to you during the briefing, that SAM Digital Technology is currently complying with the Securities and Exchange Commission in the Philippines, and also complying with the BSP application para marehistro kami dyan sa Philippines. So nothing in our SAM e-wallet contains or promise any return to our subscriber for the use of the wallet. Yung ecosystem to create economic opportunity is outside the wallet itself. Wala siya doon sa loob ng wallet.
So reading the literature in the internet, the way I see it, SAM is one way to look at it. SAM is basically a magazine, right? So parang Netflix digital magazine, and you actually incentivize subscribers through your lucrative incentive system. So how do you explain this incentive system, sir?
Okay, that's very good. So we offer information exchange of the subscription. So if you're looking at, like let's make an example. For example, yung mga One Sky, Sky Cable, or Netflix, for example, they are using movies in exchange for a monthly subscription for registering into their network. In some project developments, they register to our network and pay the actual subscription fee, which is one-off subscription fee. And then what happens is we supply them all information of, I think we have around 24 different conventional businesses. So based on those information that we supply, they have to read it, identify which we will provide them all the potential opportunities, and they themselves can directly engage to those conventional businesses.
So they can choose, no? Your subscribers can choose kung ano yung, kung which among those 24 projects can they have or they find opportunities.
Yes.
Na pasok yung negosyo.
Ngayon, you mentioned naman, Vernon, about the incentives, right? We incentivize them. We do not directly incentivize them of any goods of value. So what we do is we receive revenues from those conventional businesses that we are developing, and what happens is that revenues that we receive, since we do not owe anyone any money, we do not have investors, we do not have creditors in some digital technologies. We are freehold, we are unencumbered. So all those revenues that we receive, we put a portion of that in our some digital tech as rewards distributed to our community. And that rewards, they have to redeem it. And to redeem it, which we do not promise any value and no guarantees at all, when they redeem it, they can redeem it directly to any other cryptocurrency. For example, at the moment we are using DDK or BTC or Ethereum or USDT. From there, they can exchange it to the exchanger or to us in real fiat. So it's either peso, US dollar, or British pound or Malaysian ringgit, for example.
So to follow up on that, no, yung reward nyo, yung incentive nyo sa mga subscribers, which comes to in forms of points.
Yes.
Yung points na to, they can redeem ng kahit anong cryptocurrency of their choosing. Say, gusto nila Bitcoin, or pwede na gusto nila Ethereum, or gusto nila, say, kung anumang crypto ang meron sa kanila. And then they can exchange it into a fiat currency.
Yes.
Sa exchange.
Yeah. They can exchange it in the system, or what they can do is they can send it out from our system to their private wallet of the same currency, or in the Philippines, they can actually cash out from the wallet itself.
I think one thing that holds skeptics back is the question that, is it legal? And you know that you're under OSTRAC, right? Which is really something. And you know, what else is there to hold on to, sir?
Well, just like anything else, we do not put any guarantee. Okay, that is why you call it subscription based. We cannot offer anything of intrinsic value, like for example yung money back guarantee, or like for example investment program. In all of our presentation, it is very clearly stated in this disclaimer that we do not offer any guarantee. So when you receive your points, we are not held liable if there is no one that will exchange that point to any value. So that's number one. Number two is that we comply heavily with the regulation of 2 countries, because we are also AML registered in Australia, and we are going to comply with our AML in the Philippines. But not just that. In the Philippines at the moment, we receive our notice of no objection from BSP. So everything that's actually happening in our SAM apps, we have actually given BSP yung tinatawag na detailed diagram, detailed explanation, lahat, pati period, alam nila kung saan nakalagay. Now, as far as we are concerned, for as long as we provide them the information, which is what we promise to exchange, that our obligation stops there. The only reason that we are able to distribute yung tinatawag na point system namin is because nga nakaka-receive kami ng revenue coming from the conventional businesses, which is those revenue are not promised to be distributed back to the community. So it's just like Netflix. The moment Netflix provide you the movies, it's up to you on how you will adapt the moral lesson of the movie to your life. Parang ganun yung actually hindi siya para ganun. Ganun talaga yung ano niya, yung end story niya para sa amin.
Pero to follow up on Vernon's question, you did comply with the regulations ng BSP and SEC to operate
Yes, we
here.
did.
Okay.
More on Sam's robust expansion to the Philippines and how it's going to benefit Filipinos right up after the short break.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako!
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Hello, can I get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slides, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my...
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Wait lang, okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Call.
Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa... cancel ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami
Call
mag-deliver.
to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Call na rin kayo.
Call to deliver.
And welcome back to Daily Tribune Straight Talk, our New Year's edition.
Yeah. Sir, before we took a short break, we asked you about, Sam's robust expansion to the Philippines. But the bottom line is, how is it going to benefit the Filipinos, not only the Filipinos here, but abroad, sir, contract workers?
Okay. So basically, as you would know, we receive revenues coming from the subscription or the subscribers-based program. So basically, we are receiving cash or cryptos in our liquidity funds. So basically, since we are unencumbered, wala kaming utang, wala kaming investor sa binabayaran namin ng pagkalaki-laking porsyento. We have this available funds to develop 100% all these conventional businesses. So to develop these businesses, if you are in the finance industry, you need to have utilizers, you need to have capitalists, you need to have capital per se. So what we're doing is we're actually developing all these conventional businesses for people, not just for the Filipino people, but everywhere in our community subscribers network. So when we provide them, nandiyan dyan na lahat yung business registration. So parang turnkey operation siya. So that's number one. Number two is that at the moment, we are in talks with 2 or 3 big financial facility provider that are able to offer short-term and long-term business finance. So being in our network, itong mga financial facility provider, they know that malugi man yung umutang sa kanila, because they are in our network, hindi namin pababayaan na hindi sila makabayad dun sa loan nila. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that it will benefit a lot of our overseas Filipino workers for the reason that they can start planning their retirement now. And planning the retirement now is actually executing action. So they can join consortium. They can have their own business rights. They can operate within our group itself. Now, ngayon, in part of our commitment to our subscribers, we help them operate and run the business, both financially and administratively. So yun yung maano namin kasi doon sa in our SAM apps, everything is transparently posted in there. The moment the new apps, the new version comes out within 8 weeks, all the assets, all the business activities, the history, financial statements, everything will be posted in there. So alam ng tao kung nalulugi yung conventional businesses na yon or hindi. So ngayon pa lang, yung mga iba kasi sinasabi nila plan your future ahead. With SAM, you don't plan. You execute your future now and plan ahead after you execute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about yung sabi nyo na turnkey solution. So ibig sabihin, sa yung mga subscribers nyo will have an access sa network nyo ng mga business studies na they can operate immediately with the backing of financial facilities that are also in your network.
Yes. That is what we're going to do. Yes.
And then yung nabanggit mo rin na sakali mang medyo nalulugi. And then Sam has a program to assist yung negosyong to so that hindi siya mag-default sa kanyang loan sa mga financial providers. How do you do that? How do you provide assistance sa mga ganung kaso?
Okay. The unique feature of SAM and smart asset managers is that we are not reliant to a single road. We are a multi-stream income opportunity, and we are a multi-stream income channel. So multi-stream income opportunity is, for example, we have the SAM coin. We also have the conventional businesses. We have the sub-merchant acceleration program. We have the merchant acceleration program, and all of this program that entails not just investors directly engaging to those conventional businesses, but they also have income on the exchange, and they also have income bearing in mind that we own majority of the conventional businesses. So all these conventional businesses revenues will come back to us, and those income generated will then have to go back to the community for the liquidity. Because etong perang dumadaan sa amin, it's not our money, it's the money of the community. So if there are, say for example, 100 operators of a certain conventional business, hindi naman 100 dyan mag-fail. Maybe merong 2 or 3, which is then enough for us to cover yung... We do not want to cover the losses. We want to cover the interest of the actual operator. Because for us, we can close the business. But the operator itself who put their time, who put some of their money in there. And by the way, we are promoting a less capitalization for our subscribers to come in and operate their own business. That's how we are very confident about the conventional businesses in SAM.
I wonder, Rommel, your business model requires the subscriber to basically put in time and money nga, sabi mo nga, and to monitor Sam, basically. What happens? What's the worst case scenario in case he fails to do this?
Well, number one is there's 3 questions in your question. So number one is the subscriber will put money in. In some project developments, we try to limit our subscribers to inject huge capital injection into starting to operate a business. So that's number one. What their obligation will be is for them to subscribe, and when they subscribe, they have to subscribe for a fee. When they subscribe for a fee, they have to then read all the conventional businesses that we provide. Para kaming magazine.
Yes.
Magazine and for example, you have chicken place, you have burger place, you have motor shop, you have petrol station. So all these are conventional businesses. So kami, yun ang pinoprovide namin sa kanila. So on top of that, we will help them identify the potential opportunities to engage on these conventional businesses. But when they engage to these conventional businesses, again, based on the marketing plan and the strategy that we will provide them, we will try to discourage them from coming up with a few hundreds of thousands or a few tens of thousands dahil nga we are engaging to some of these financial facility provider that will offer short-term finance. And when they go to that short-term finance, some is there to assist them and to be with them when they apply for the finance. So pagka na-disgrasya yung loan ni subscriber namin, some will be there to assist in either paying off the loan or paying the loan. Basta't ang importante lang sa amin dito is kumbaga parang hindi lang siya pumasok dito sa amin para subukan. Kung hindi, mag-commit siya. And we will see that because we have consultants, we have business consultants, we have financial analysts that will actually go through dito, and it's a performance based. So hindi siya madali, kaya nga nila kinakailangan basahin yung mga information na pinoprovide namin.
Sir, some e-wallet and some PD aside, what are you currently working on now?
Well, we are only working on the SAM digital technologies. Right now, on both of those two services or two products that we have in our SAM digital technologies, we are following a 5-year roadmap. Fortunately enough, on that 5-year roadmap, we've actually accomplished 65% of it. And the other 30% that we want to accomplish will happen in the next 90 days. And that is the financial side of the business. So at the moment, the unique experience in SAM is that when we started inviting people to subscribe in SAM, in some other businesses, what they do is they crowdfund to fund the development. With Smart Asset Managers, what we did is we provide the technology, we provide the development before we initiate the subscription base. So everything that we receive will go directly to the integration of those developed projects. So now we are integrating everything. I think there's around about 8 weeks of integration that we are working on. So number one on that integration is actually, it's not a partnership, but it's actually opening up an engagement to Visa debit card, for example. We have the KYC digital verification system, which is being integrated in our system. We have our SAM coin, which will be launched in the global exchanges in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We actually have attained 65%, and part of that 65% is the developments on the conventional business itself.
Sir, 2020, in 2020, we saw the acceleration of digital commerce across all industries. Now, for 2021, what do you suggest to businesses to level up their games?
Well, what I suggest to businesses to level up their games is to enhance the digital services that they are offering to their people, not just conventional. I mean, in the Philippines, I think there's only a handful of us that's actually offering digital mechanism to advance the adaptation, because right now it's adaptation eh. So yung banking system diyan sa Pilipinas is very frustrating. Imaginein mo, pupunta ka sa isang napakalaking bangko, you have to line up for 1 hour, 2 hours. You have to get the number. Sa ibang bansa ngayon, you don't need to even go to the bank. They're shutting bank branches right now, especially here in Australia. So with our our system in some e-wallet, we actually put that solution in there. That's why we're really complying very hard in this exchange, so that in the Philippines, all the unbanked, meaning yung mga taong less fortunate na makapunta sa bangko, and pupunta nga sila sa bangko, they get treated, like a third-class citizen. In some e-wallet, you are treated like a queen and a king. Why? You don't need to go to the bank. You want your money? Kailangan mo ng piso? With our system, you can go to any sari-sari store and pick up 1 peso. End of story. Ngayon, hindi mo, gusto mo magbangko, gusto mo mag-transfer ng funds, everything can happen inside the SAM e-wallet.
Rommel, to end with one key takeaway, how through your platform are you teaching financial literacy?
I do not have that I do not have that credential to teach financial literacy. However, some will come up with a SAM University where we are collaborating with a lot of people in that financial field, from teaching people how the basic of financial literacy to the advanced, which is these are the people that are actually trading in the stock market, financial analyzing, money management. So we are going to be offering that as a service to our subscriber.
So, one last question before we wrap things up. How do you subscribe to SAM e-wallet, and how many subscribers do you have right now in the Philippines?
In our SAM apps, we have a total of 9,500 subscribers in only a matter of 9 months during the COVID. We have not done any marketing, nothing. So 9,500. To be honest, I am not really sure gaano karami yung subscriber namin sa Philippines. However, if you're going to talk about globally, we have a very big community in Europe. We have a community here in Australia. We have a big community in Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong. So we at the moment, I think we are in 14 countries, and we've raised 1.5 million US dollars in the last 9 months na walang marketing, walang flights, bawal ang group gatherings. So the potential of the digital technologies right now is actually 10 years ahead of the conventional technology. So I think people needs to look at like the digital side of life.
Thank you so much, Rommel Santos, founding chairman of SAM.
Smart Asset
Thank you very much
Management.
for having
Thank you
me.
very much, yes. Siguro later we can invite you again to discuss naman yung iba mong program that will cater to small and medium enterprises, because we have another talk show that caters to those market segment. And again, thank you very much. And anong oras ba dyan ngayon?